Previously. And welcome back to TonyWestDIY. On today's video, we'll be installing the Turblown lower intake manifold and a new fuel setup. Well, I can't say that it's new. I was able to reuse most of the stuff. There's not that much in this video, but the reason why I wanted to post it is because I had to redo my fuel setup. So there's a couple of hints and a couple of the stuff that you need to make the lower intake manifold for Turblown to work. Thank you lately for your support, and I'm pretty sure you guys are tired of hearing it. But if you find this video helpful, hit that like button. That helped me tremendously. And without further ado, let's get started. All right, I just wanted to show you this real quick because I thought that was amazing. I mean, it's probably amazing to me because it's the first time that I do this, but so while I was charging my GoPro, I decided to test my new handy dandy Milwaukee straight grinder. I tested it in this port and it was so easy to do. So fast, so quick. It took me forever to pour the spacer with the freaking dremmer. And yeah, just having the correct tool for the correct job is save a lot of time. I actually had to be careful because it actually eats through like it's butter. So now that the GoPro is fully charged, I'm gonna put in my head and I'm gonna show you the process of how I finish porting all these ports. Hello? Hello? What?
Yeah, boy.
The reason why I'm porting the Turblown lower intake manifold is because I'm running Cosmos iron plates. One of the things that I enjoy of this build is all the knowledge that I learned. There's a lot of stuff that I've done for the first time, including assembling the engine and now porting and never poured before. I had to change the fuel setup how I had it before, and I only ended up utilizing the primary fuel rail. I wasn't able to utilize the secondary one because the intake already come with one. The air temperature sensor, I thought that I was gonna reuse it, but the thread was different, and the idle control, I thought I was gonna use it too, but I forgot that I was gonna go drive-by-wire. There was a lot of stuff that I was just trying just because I didn't know, the new setup, how it was gonna be. So I tried to pull the fuel damper on the secondary fuel rail. I also realized that I needed to change the hats. And due to the fuel pressure, the damper didn't fit. Then I realized that I do need hats, but not the purples. I forgot the length of the different hats and injectors, so I went online and I tried to figure out. I was going to buy other hats, but I remember that I have the ones that I was supposed to utilize. I always try to save everything for a future time, and this time it worked out. Here Version 2 doesn't fit either. And then I went again trying to find all stuff that I had saved in my drawers, and I found a 10AN plug to be able to plug the secondary fuel rail. The fuel damper, you really don't need it, especially if you have the fuel pressure regulator close to the fuel rail, but I don't know, I had it, so. This is my new fuel setup. Looks a lot cleaner. I'll be honest, I hope this 90 doesn't leak. It was my first time with a flaring tool, and actually again, it was my first time doing a hardline. On the next video,